Good morning, beautiful beings. So welcome to Within Wednesdays with me, Wingy Schnive Majekikwe, Sweetgrass Water Medicine Woman, Christianna Carr, and Chris Carr Superstar. Yep. All this divine being right here, and welcome all you divine beings right here too. How's it going this week with our Wednesday check-ins? Have you gave a thought about our Tuesday Try It challenge, the try and track in your cycles? You know what I thought of too, right? It's not just the cycles of our own personal cycles, cycles in our family, like cycles affect us. We are affected not just by our own personal cycles, by other cycles. And this was something, one of my kids picked up cycles in movement today. I thought, isn't that great? We can keep repeating cycles. And great, right? If the cycles work, why change those, right? Right? Earth cycling around the sun, that works. So it just stayed, right? Okay, now that card's not staying. I keep trying to stand that up again, but it's not staying there. So, within Wednesdays, doing those deep dives. Right, I shared a little bit on my SOS Tech there yesterday. There was something else I was going to share. I remembered that wasn't as fun of a story, but, you know, hey. Something to learn from, something I learned from too. Something how when we can look back at things, go, wow, I had a distorted perception of that, right? Now that I look back, right? I like to say that hindsight, taking that hindsight and making it foresight, right? Because they say hindsight's 20/20, right? So we can look back and we can see, ooh, and then ask, say, okay, well, now that I've seen this, these are signs. So thank you, universe, whoever you call in to help you with that. Help me to see what really is for me, right? If we've got to push and force something, chances are it's not really for us, right? Like somebody was just talking about that. I was watching a Denise Lynn. I signed up for the declutter challenge, right? Because, yeah, like they say, the outside's a reflection of the inside. And really, a lot of clutter I got around here is not stuff that I've been hanging on to. Is that I noticed when I was, going through my process and learning and healing my mommy issues and learning I had more mommy issues than I realized. Lost my train of thought there because I thought I want to light this candle too. And then that just went poof from my head. Cycles with my mother, want to light the candle. Okay, let's light the candle and see what happens. We'll get some illumination and clarity on that, right? Yes. Clarity. It's needed to be said. It will come back. Right, the black candle is the woman, the within. We're at the Wednesdays. Black is the rest. You can't see my flame up there. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the clarity you bring us. Thank you for passions. Thank you for clearing, right? We can clear by water, cleansing and purifying. Fire can be cleansing and purifying as well. Thank you. So, I really didn't feel like I had mommy issues. It turned out that I had a lot of mommy issues, and I needed to release those. That hindsight, looking back at it, right? I was looking and, thought my mom was my best friend, and idolized my mother. Almost annoyed people with that, right? And there was lots of other people wanted a mom like mine, but it turned out I'm like, geez. I'm very grateful to her, so I don't want that to be, because she definitely was my hero. Wednesday within. Who are the women that have inspired you in your life? Whether, women that have been in news or on headlines or whatever, stars or everyday people that not everybody would know. Like our aunties or even our cousins. I've had lots of wonderful influences in my life. And my mother was too. But she went down into a spiral that wasn't going on. But she did teach me, left me with some valuable lessons of being a cycle breaker. We're all affected by those cycles, whether we like it or not. I mean, that's part of being human. We're cyclic creatures of habit, right? We get attached to habit. What's easier? We get in our comfort zones and all that too, right? We need to get out there, have higher perspective. Within Wednesdays, to take that breath, retreat a little, go within. What's it saying to you? Not what everybody else is saying to you. What's the inside saying to you? About that with your mother. What about with the women in your life? How do you get along with women in your life? Woman or man, right? Some of us women are harder on each other than any man has ever been. It's so true. We compete with each other so much. And there's no need to. We take on those manly energies and stuff a little more, right? Cycles and things, it's been kind of distorted in our society, right? That fear that leads us, right? We have Rabbit here too, sharing the cards that my kids picked. We're getting back into our habit of picking that path and totem, and we do our prayer too before going out the door, right? For me, it's respecting the father and the mother. So this is what I'm teaching my children now too. It's not to reject anything, right? Not to resist. What you resist persists, right? I mean, it's okay to say, hey, that's not for me. I'm going over there. But that's not for me. And you shouldn't be doing this at all. That shouldn't be for anybody, blah, blah, right? Then we have issues. We accept to each their own, man. Right? To each their own. It's not affecting me. If it's affecting me, I can take myself over here or whatever, right? Or maybe it'll move away. Right. Yeah, scattered-brained. The dumping, that was it. Clearing the clutter, talking with Denise Lynn, and going through the healing with my mother. See, it was important, so it came back. That's right. More I stressed, tried to figure it out, it didn't. So if I get carried off, I'll get carried away again. The clutter and decluttering. So when I stopped taking the emotional stuff from my mother, because I was there for all the time, right? I would be doing fine in my day and then crying as I was heading home, and then I'd get a call from my mom crying. I couldn't do that anymore, so I stopped answering phone calls when I was in an off mood or whatever, changed the ringtone to like, oh no, it's your mom calling. What does she want? What does she want? Right? At that music. So every time my mom called, I got a smile on my face, right? It took a lot for me to get to that place, because those who know me know how much I idolized my mother and her humanness and her passion for wanting to help the children. But, that got carried away. I consciously wanted to be a reflection of my mother. I remember that so well. I wanted to be a mirror of my mother because I saw the way other people reacted to her. She just seemed to be such this beautiful, loving energy, right? And it was off to me that how she could turn on me. Sometimes it seemed to turn on me, whatever, as a child, right? When I'm just wanting the comfort of my mother and I'm getting, not the comfort, right? Like the suck it up kind of thing, right? Or, oh, you think you got it bad. What about this and that one, right? And then feeling guilty that I'm feeling sad for having some disappointments or just natural human emotions. Feeling guilty for feeling. Basically is what it comes down to. So I worked hard to shut down everything that seemed to get me rejection, like the anger, tears, anything that wasn't positive, right? And then my positivity started to get annoying to people. So that, well, not two people, right? And that affected me. big time, like it's still, right? But I'm grateful because now these flow much easier, right? And I just let them go. Even when I shared on SOS Tech, those are on there. You can check that out for that story yesterday. They're just flowing, right? They're just flowing. And that's fun. And it's okay. And I'm okay, right? Because they're releasing and being transformed. This is what we need to do. So let them flow. You let them flow. Man. And there's lots of good stuff coming, right? I got so many stresses, like finances. I don't need that. But I'm learning to reach out for help to those ones that actually help me, right? Especially with this Begin Within home. There was some great connections that I made there, right? I called my big brothers, right? And I put out that energy that they would look after me like a little sister. So I think they kind of did. They made sure I got this. The one guy even, sent me to a whole different company because he wanted to make sure that I got this. So he's not getting anything from this, right? And he went through all the emotional stuff with me too, man. So it's nice. So there's always beautiful things. Do you look at those beautiful things on your bad days, on your worst days, right? Here on this Within Wednesdays, let's look within and see what we do to help ourselves with this, to bring ourselves up, right? Do we keep wrestling? Do we wrestle on Wednesdays? Wrestle with the within? Or we don't allow it to come up, to be released, right? And Denise Lynn of something, or was it, call that Baron Reed, I heard. I'm sure they didn't make it up, but it's like, right? You need to name it, to claim it, to release it, right? I've talked about that before too. Again, it doesn't come from me. These are things I've heard. It comes through me, right? It comes through me. But to name it, right? You got to feel it to heal it. And sometimes that's all that is needed. Is just to acknowledge, I know you're disappointed with that. And that's okay, right? Then we can release it. Or we say, oh, come on, get over it. Probably like was done with us. Like, come on, you can't have everything that you want. Like, who do you think you are? Blah, 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 right? Are we going to do that to our littles? No, I'm sorry that you ever heard that because you have every right to all of your feelings. And they're okay because they're there to tell us something. Either to do more of something or to change something, right? Something's not working, right? But we want to bring it together. It's not just letting the feelings lead. It's not, right? We have all these different systems that need to work together. Because when they don't work together, it totally wreaks havoc. When we separate each part of ourselves, right? Mind, body, spirit. It's all part of this one being here. And these beings are all part of this one being here. So that has an effect. So let's honor that and not separate ourselves. So what flashed into my head is going through the systems. They don't communicate with each other. All these little government systems, and you might not know that unless you've had to be on that receiving end of those social assistants and stuff. They don't communicate amongst each other. So you're going and you're selling your story, and then you got to go tell us the same story, but they don't connect with each other. Leaves it open for people to take advantage of the system. Right? And they have. That's been out there. And others that don't, that just want to use it as a hand up, right? Because I need to work for myself. I need to be self-sufficient in some ways, right? Otherwise I go crazy because I don't want to be a burden, right? So that's my stuff. So anyways, so there we go. We got 14 minutes with a little 15-minute within session, wrap session. Shall we draw a card? Let's do a Medicine Woman card. We'll go within because Medicine Woman gets a little bit deeper. It's it is a tarot card, but I like this because this lady was, I believe she was Christian too, right? So it's kind of a mix right here, Mother and Father deck. Medicine Woman. I also liked it. I don't know if I shared this story. I helped Tamir White Wolf, the Earth and Sky Connection down in Barrie, many years ago before I moved to BC. But she had a little shop just at the downtown theaters. Just this little mini shop. You go to the theaters or you go to this little door and there was this little mini shop. Just loved it. And she ended up moving, getting a bigger location down by the 5 Points in Barrie there. I don't think that's there anymore. Anyway, I helped her with that. I had extra paint. I brought paint down. I helped paint the rainbow room in there, helped set up the shop. And then she said I get to pick anything from the store for helping out. So, I wasn't doing it to get this, but I had my eye on this, and I thought, oh, if she wants to, you know, I'm doing this just because I want to be part of this. I want to be in this energy. I want to do this, you know, I want my own little shop, right? So I wanted to be in that energy of it. But I thought, well, so I had my eye. When she said you can pick anything, I went right over and grabbed my Medicine Woman Tarot deck. So I have had these for many years. I went to experience my first sweat lodge in Pick River with my beautiful sister, Julie Desmoulin. And Machano, Machano is her married name. Beautiful family up there. I'm so grateful. And here's the grandfather's ascension, the star. I took these with me, and they had a little splash thing, so I was like the little gypsy. I couldn't spell gypsy, so I just went fortune teller. Anyway, it was fun. I forgot my cards there, but I got them back. She mailed them back to me. I ended up ordering some more, so she mailed me back my deck, and then I mailed her the new book. I got my originals back, right? They also one time fell out. I had this nice little sleeve that I put them in. My big brother Richard got them for me. My twin, right? Actually, I had his birthday on the same day. It used to be the day after. Anyways, so yeah, they flopped out. They were in the rain. The whole box was all ripped. It's all taped. I could show you, and it's all dirty. But the cards were just fine. So it was meant to be. Meant to be. They're meant to be with me. So, let's see. For our Within Wednesdays. Okay, loving guides, all of our great oneness divine. All our relations, all your loving guides. You call in who you need to call in. Right, since we have these, we have to honor the directions. Call in all the directions. Right, calling back all of our east, the path of clarity and illumination, the fire. Calling back the south, the innocence, the childhood, the place of waters. And the earth in the west, in the place of woman and introspection. And the north is the wisdom years, the mental. And we go from south to north for our earth walk, the red road. And east to west is the blue road of spirit. Thank you. Love. Below and within. Ooh, that one was a jumper. Let's see if that jumps right out. That jumped out. Ooh, okay. Well, their bunch came out, but we have one flipped up straight, okay? On the bottom, we have that healing, the power, the balance, harmony, bringing that in. That's where our power, the power is in that healing. Naming those feelings that we had to suppress that were never released, okay? And sometimes that's all they need is a name, okay? I was angry about that. Now, anger's gone, right? I was angry about that. Anger's gone. That came up, right. When I stopped taking the emotional stuff from my mom, she started bringing physical stuff. That's what I was talking about, getting dumped on with my mother. Sometimes that happens, because a lot of my clutter in here, and a lot of clutter in here. It's trying to sort everything out for everybody else, right? Being left with a mess and trying to clean up the mess, because there's a mess in here from the way I was treated in my life, and all the people coming up saying, sorry, I did that to you. I was jealous. And I was just being me. I didn't compete with nobody. Didn't like competing. I'd be the one to take this step back. It has an effect. So I'm healing that. That had an effect on me. My worst bullies were in my own family. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that experience. I'm absolutely positive I'm not the only one that has that experience. And it's not even the worst of it, right? So, but I'm honoring that for my little. So it doesn't matter. Honor it for your little. It's not about comparing to anybody else. Okay? That's what got us into this stuck mud in the first place, right? So, and then that bountiful harvest. 7 of stones. Gathering together, see what you've already cleared out, right? Which made room for more to come in, right? We have addictions of all sorts, okay? It's not just what we put in our mouth. Addictions, there's things we do and stuff like that too. And how have we replaced those, right? Or let those go? Has we transmuted those? What has already come in to harvest for us? So look at look at that today. Go within and look at what's already been harvested in you. Okay? Sometimes maybe we need to weed out before we get that harvest, but take a look. Weeding Wednesdays too. Weed out. Weed out. Let's do some clearing today and get to that harvest. Okay? All right, you beautiful beings. Biggest heart hugs ever. Love you so much. And you know what? This one just said, show me too. So it says, letting go. The Five of Bowls. Okay? We need to release. Sometimes we need to walk on that path our own. Okay? I want somebody to go with us, but sometimes we need to walk alone. Okay? And even when we feel like we're alone physically, Spirit is always around us. Okay? So we're never truly alone. Five of Bowls is changes and love. So let's look at that. Are we letting go? Acknowledge those feelings. Letting it go. We get a bountiful harvest, and we have that healing, right? This is how it was, because the healing was on top of that. This card jumped out. That was on the bottom. That was underneath the healing. So we need to let it go, and then we can heal and find that balance and harmony once again, right? The 8. 8, the infinity symbol. Okay? We can do this! Yes! I got you. I know you got me too. Need somebody to cry with you? Hey, I got videos, right? You cry with me. Okay, come cry with me. All right, let's get the waters flowing. Woohoo! Get those eyes popping. Okay. Love you all. Biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you for being you and shining your light through in everything you do, because you know what, this world needs you. It really does. Yes, it does. Okay. Thank you for being here. I love you.